Hello, friends. Today we're continuing to approach a vital topic because there are many people, not only in the world, but also in the body of Christ, who have begun to develop serious doubts and questions concerning the promises of God when it comes to things like His ability to heal or to prosper us or to safeguard our emotional status, to give us a life that's filled with joy and peace and patience, those kind of things. And the reason being is because there are many people, even in the body of Christ, who are failing to see the results that they can see promised in some of these great and precious promises that we have from God, that He will be things like our healer, our provider, the one who is the lover of our soul, the one who makes life worth living. And so at any rate, we're focusing on one basic misconception that I believe that leads to provides, I should say, an open door for the enemy to destroy people's faith and confidence in the promises of God. And it springs from a lack of understanding of what God's method is of fulfilling His promises in our life. It's kind of like this. And the reason why I've been focused, one reason why I've been focused on the seed sowing or the farming concept or the principle in helping us to understand how we receive from God, how we access spiritual power to change physical, natural, practical things that need changing. And so at any rate, here's another way of looking at it. It's almost like we somehow have the idea that when we get a promise from God, that means that He is going to do anything and everything that's involved in the process of seeing that promise come to pass. And so, and not understanding that we have a part to play. Well, why doesn't God do it? Why doesn't God just step in and fulfill all of His promises automatically? Why do we have something that we need to do if we're going to see those promises come to pass? Well, here's kind of an example. Let's say, using the farming example, let's just say, I'll put it to you like this. Basically, what God says, as you begin to reflect on the Scriptures and meditate on the Scriptures, basically what He says is He said, listen, I'm going to make you a successful farmer, okay? And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the land. You can't afford to buy the land. I'm going to give you the seed to sow in your land. I'm going to give you all of the equipment that you need to sow all that seed. I'm going to give you all of the knowledge and insight that you need so that you'll know how and when to sow. But here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to have you just sit on your rear in the house and wait for a big harvest to come. I'm not going to give you the harvest. I'm going to give you the land. I'm going to give you the seed. I'm going to give you the knowledge. I'm going to give you the wisdom. I'm going to give you the equipment. I'm going to give you everything you need, but this is what else you need. You need to have a life that's involved in the process. You don't need to just sit there and have me do anything and everything for you. See, some people got that impression from when Jesus said, well, consider the birds of the air, They don't go out and plow up the ground. They don't go out and build houses, and yet God provides for them. But sometimes people didn't consider close enough. See, the birds don't just sit on a branch and go tweet, tweet, tweet and wait for God to build a nest and wait for God to give them food. No, they are involved in the process. And so that's what I'm wanting to continue to focus on in these days to come is to tell you, take heart, be encouraged. Just because you haven't seen some of these promises of God come to pass doesn't mean that God is unreliable. It means we don't understand what our part is in the process. And that's why we're focusing on what that part is in the days to come. God bless you. Have a great week.